Christopher Bell has a new paint scheme. Kaz Grala to RWR Racing, Denny Hamlin will not be 100% when the season begins. Hello, y'all. Welcome back to another Roll the Bomb. Excited to be here today, talking to you. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Really excited. NASCAR Production Day has been going on. We've seen a lot of drivers in their fire suits, taking pictures, talking to media. I mean, the season is upon us, man. We're, less than a month away for, the Clash. We're about a month away from the Daytona 500, so really excited, man. I can't wait to the season to start and bring you all that the season has to offer. But first, we got plenty of off-season stuff to cover, so hope you guys enjoy the episode. Let's get into it. First topic, Dylan Francis will perform for the pre-race of the Clash at the Coliseum, man. This is unbelievable. I know so much about Dylan Francis. I don't know anything about Dylan Francis. He is a DJ. He seems to be very popular, a good DJ. This is cool. Another element of entertainment for the fans. If you didn't hear what I thought about all the new format for the Clash, go check out that episode. But this is cool. I assume he's a big-time name. I think most of the younger generation probably knows him. I don't really know him. I'm not like a huge music geek. I don't know much about the whole music and DJing. But this guy seems to be very successful and very well known. So a great addition to the Clash. Next one, Ream and Juggins Racing unveiled their paint scheme for Christopher Bell this season. I gotta say, this thing looks sick. The black, the white stripes. I gotta say, that front bumper for this Toyota car looks sick on this thing. I mean, it looks like a stinking spaceship. Now, there was some critiques. If you see the back corner, there's nothing there. A lot of people are like, man, you just need... All they have to do is put, the Ream, associate sponsor there, or just put Ream.com on it, or just something else there, because I think it needs a little more something there. But I gotta say, this paint scheme's sick. It'll be raced in 15 races, so a majority of the season. So I gotta say, I think this is one of my favorite paint schemes I've seen so far this year. I like it a lot, but I do think they could add a little associate sponsor. That's pretty much everyone else has been saying about it. So I agree, but this paint scheme is absolutely fire, I think, in my opinion. Another topic. So 4x4 had their official launch day, hyping up their season for Ford Racing. Well, they unveiled the new Xfinity Series Dark Horse Mustang, and pretty much it will be the same Mustang. It'll just have different decals, the Dark Horse decals. The official cars that will be, racing in that type car will be Stewart-Haas will have the 00 and the 98. A&M Racing will have the 15. RSS Racing will have the 28, 29, 39. Those are only cars that are currently committed to running full-time for Ford. So when it comes to A&M Racing, they will not be fielding the 25 car, which, last year was with Brett Moffitt. There was rumblings with maybe Matt Benedetto. There was talks that they would need the right person, the right sponsor come on board. So it looks like all focus is on Haley Deegan in the No 15. So looks like Haley Deegan's going to have all the support, all the help in the world. The whole team's going to be leaning on her shoulders, which is great. Kind of surprised though, but I'm not really. A&M smaller team, but also I gotta say there's not many Ford teams in Xfinity Series. At least I would say competitive teams. I would always say Stewart-Haas right now is the only competitive team. We don't know much about A&M Racing. They're getting a lot of support from Ford and Roush Yates, so I assume they're going to be up there. But it all depends on the driver and how Haley Deegan performs. So interesting stuff. I think that it looks cool. I like the Xfinity Mustang. It'll be the exact same Mustang, just have different decals on it. Well, it's official. Kaz Grala will race in 25 races with RWR Racing. And the No 15 car will do the Clash. First points event will be Atlanta. Rest in the lineup, including the Daytona 500, will be to be decided. So 25 races, but the 500 is not announced yet. So a little bit interesting here. I guess I thought they were a chartered car, so I'm surprised that if maybe they're finding maybe there's another driver out there they're gonna get for the 500, because it is a chartered car. I mean, they also have the sponsorship. I'm not sure why a sponsor wouldn't want to come on board for the 500. That's the biggest race they have put on. You're gonna get the most attention for your sponsor at that race. But to me, this is a good get for Rick Ware race. I'm not sure what the future is, what the Rick Ware's future is with Kaz Grala, but I think he's a solid race car driver. He left Sandhunt Racing. They kicked him out, and we didn't really know where he was going to go, but this was rumored by Seriously Fast Motorsports and X a couple weeks ago, and I reported about it, but now it looks like it's official. This is a big get. I'm excited to see. I think Rick Ware is going to improve. They got that big RFK partnership alliance. I think this definitely probably had a little, maybe a little bit of RFK. Maybe they agreed to this. Maybe RFK likes this driver too. So it should be an interesting year. I'm excited to see how much they improve. I bet you the 51 will kind of be the primary car, get the most attention for, and then the 15 will lag a little bit behind. So I could see this car, running inside the top 25, top 30. But we'll see. We don't know how big of an improvement Rick Ware got. I mean, they got a big jump in improvement in equipment too. So we'll see. I'm excited. Happy for our Kaz Grala, and we'll see how he does in 2024. Last topic. Dustin Long had an article about when he talked to Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott during production day about their shoulder surgery recovery. He didn't really have much to talk about with Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott said he's been doing physical therapy and that's going fine. But I really want to focus on Denny Hamlin because he has some really interesting and bombshell stuff that I thought was really interesting and shocking in a way and a big deal. Everything I can to get ready, said Hamlin. I'm back in the simulator and I drive until I get fatigued and then we stop. So we're starting to work up my workload now to try to train and prepare for the season. Am I going to be 100% at the start of the season? No. That's not until probably March or April. Then I'll be 100%. But I certainly will be better to start this year than I ended last year. Although I'm in the gym and I'm trying to get my strength back, until I get in a car, I'm swaying on a wheel. There's different muscles that get activated and get fatigued, he said. So getting back in shape will be different than my quest to get back in physical shape. I'm pointed towards running in the class as far as we know. We're going to continue to push and see how far I can go. We thought that actually the class might be a good opportunity to go ahead and if I'm going to get fatigued, do it then. That way I'm stronger in 2 weeks at Daytona. The big thing I take out of this is that Denny Hamlin will not be 100% to start the season. And to me, I think this is a big deal, right? But he did also say that he'll be in a way better shape he was last season, which I guess, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I guess a shoulder is a lot different than ACL or a broken leg. You can't put pressure on it. But I guess, I've seen him do a lot of things. I guess he's able to. He's still able to move it and do a lot of things and lift things up, right? So I guess the way that the shoulder is built differently compared to, a broken leg or a torn ACL is differently. So I guess I'm just worried that if he would get in a big wreck like at Daytona where it could cost him, due to the fact that it's not 100%, injury, re-injuring it, re-beating it up, hurting it. But it doesn't seem like that. And I do think they're going to use the Clash to kind of get, when it's in a race live to help continue to build that and see how much fatigue he gets in it. As long as everything goes to plan, he'll be 100% by, March, and he'll be good to go. So it's not like he'll have to be dealing with this, going into, halfway through the season or half the season, right? And it seemed like he was still at peak form and he was still a very high capable driver. He was still very competitive with his, bad shoulder, which he said was really, really bad near the end of the season. So, interesting stuff, but I guess, not being 100% doesn't seem like it'll be as big of a deal as, I would have thought, because I guess the shoulder is a lot different than what, a broken leg would be where you can't put tension on it. It seems like you can put a lot more tension on a shoulder compared to other body parts and muscles, which I'm not trying to act like I know what I'm talking about, but it is interesting hearing that from him, that he's still able to race even though he's not at 100% with a shoulder. Now, another thing I wanted to bring up is during his production day, he was wearing his Mavs tires and brakes fire suit. So it looks like what I did here is that FedEx is only going to be sponsoring him for about 34% of the season. So it looks like Mavs Tires and Brakes is really buying up all that sponsorship, all those races that maybe Facts would have sponsored. They are buying up, which is great. It's great that another sponsor is, there's this opening for them to come in, and now they're really able to come in and really expand their sponsorship with them, and that's great. And I think Denny Hamlin, when he was on the DeAndre Down, talked about how the sponsors kind of like him. They like the way he's outspoken and all that. So I'm excited. It's a big year. A lot of people don't know if Denny Hamlin. A lot of people I believe he's going to be just like he always has been, right? Winning a lot of races, competing for a championship again. We'll see, man. It's another year. Who knows? Is this a year that maybe Denny finally breaks through and wins himself a championship? Time will tell. Well, thanks all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Really good Bears and stuff. Let me know how you think about how Denny Hamlin will do. How you think he'll do this season? How much you really think that the shoulder will really affect him in the beginning of the year? Also, what do you think about Kaz Grala? Do you like the decision by RWR? And also, what do you think about the new Ream scheme? You like it? Would there be things you wish were on it or different about it? Let me know. Besides that, let me go like and subscribe. Stay tuned to more content. Got a lot more coming. We're right there. The season's upon us, guys. So stay tuned for a lot more content on this channel. Love you all. Goodbye.